Young Sheldon Season 6 covertly explained its numerous TBT plot gaps. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. A particular scene in Season 6 of Young Sheldon subtly explains why there are so many story holes in The Big Bang Theory. Despite the numerous storyline discrepancies between the shows, CBS insists that they are still a part of the same entity. Young Sheldon was originally intended to be an origin story for Sheldon Cooper, a beloved character played by Jim Parsons. But as the prequel progressed, it became evident that each Cooper family member is compelling enough to warrant a separate storyline. While Young Sheldon's storyline can be made more accessible for a wider audience by diversifying it, established continuity becomes more challenging. Season 6 is a showcase for Young Sheldon's varied storytelling. Sheldon isn't longer at the heart of its stories, with the pregnancy arc of Georgie and Mandy and all of its associated events taking up most of the attention. As Mary and George struggle with their personal infidelity, their marriage is also closely examined. Although Sheldon has his own mini-arcs, many of his college experiences are completely isolated from everything that goes on at home because he spends a lot of time at East Texas Tech. This allows Sheldon to concentrate on his academic pursuits while showcasing his brilliance. Sheldon's brilliance remains evident even when Young Sheldon moves its narrative away from its title character. He has worked on a few projects while attending East Texas Tech, one of which being the Grant database. Even though it didn't work out in the end, the concept is still outstanding. The young genius in Young Sheldon Season 6 also reminds everyone of his eidetic memory, which he frequently mentioned on The Big Bang Theory. In all likelihood, it's also the main factor that allowed him to succeed academically and in the nerdy sitcom. He can easily take in and process information because he recalls everything. Because of his eidetic memory, he has shown various clever techniques in Young Sheldon. Back in Season 1, even though he had only heard Mima's secret brisket recipe once as a baby, he was able to recite it. He told Mary in Season 6 that he remembered everything, even from when he was still in her womb. He has no incentive to misremember details of his early years in The Big Bang Theory if he can recall all of these things. Everything that occurs in the prequel should correspond with all of the stories he told the Pasadena gang in the nerd-centric sitcom, as he serves as the narrator in Young Sheldon. In Young Sheldon Season 6, CBS sporadically provides the most nuanced means of bridging the gap between Sheldon and his family as their distance grows. This is to ensure that his family will continue to see value in the socially awkward genius. After Mary and George resolve their own work issues, and Mandy eventually gives birth to baby Cease, this becomes increasingly noticeable at the end of the year. In the last Young Sheldon Season 6 arc, Sheldon discovers that, in spite of his intelligence, he has been neglecting his post-graduation portfolio. As a result, he becomes anxious about his inability to enroll in Caltech for his master's. Sheldon usually gets aid from his mentors to overcome his school problems on his own. That prevents him from talking to his family about his worries, especially Mary. He lashes out at his mother after seeing the folly of his ways in terms of securing his future. When asked if he was prompted to sign up for an early summer program by either Dr. Linkletter or Dr. Sturgis, Sheldon freely acknowledges that he didn't because he didn't want to appear foolish. This demonstrates his propensity to embellish his tales to maintain his positive reputation. Sheldon's eidetic recall makes it extremely unlikely that he misremembered specifics of his early years in The Big Bang Theory. Nevertheless, all of the contradictions in his narrative in Young Sheldon and its parent series can be explained by his tendency to fabricate tales in order to defend himself. Due to Parsons, the prequel's events are still based on adult Sheldon's memories because he provides the information through voiceovers. Therefore, CBS uses this as an explanation for some of its most absurd narrative gaps, even though young Sheldon is constantly attacked for its careless approach to maintaining continuity by repeatedly contradicting the Big Bang Theory. In any case, this is consistent with Sheldon's narcissistic inclinations, which he may have inherited from Mary, who shares same traits. In the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon may be extremely insecure, despite his brilliance and easygoing manner. He wouldn't have received the assistance he needed to accomplish his objectives if it weren't for his pals. The enormous pressure that comes with being a young genius may have caused him to develop the characteristic of lying to elevate himself as a coping mechanism throughout his early years. It's possible that he continued it into adulthood, which explains his lies in the Big Bang Theory. In young Sheldon, Parsons' adult Sheldon serves as the show's narrator, thereby making him the information source. This indicates that everything in the prequel is told from his perspective. He can recall even the smallest aspects of his early years thanks to his eidetic memory. There are suggestions that Sheldon is writing his memoirs after earning the Nobel Prize in Physics, but CBS has not yet offered a definitive reason for why he is even revisiting his time in Texas with his family. This has considerable dangers because Sheldon is an unreliable narrator due to his tendency to distort the facts for his own gain. As a result, it is challenging to determine whether Sheldon's memory of what happened to young Sheldon is true. He can also be inflating it to boost his own self-esteem in his book. Having stated that, this justification is insufficient for CBS to ignore some of the more significant incidents from Sheldon's early years, such as George's cheating plot. Young Sheldon continues to disregard the storyline, even completely ignoring it in Season 6 after years of building it up. The spin-off must eventually address it, as there may be just a year remaining before the Big Bang Theory concludes. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.